to see an inflationary cycle.
Most economic analysts believe that it will have a temporary or transitory impact.
The faster than expected increase in some of those prices is actually a good sign.
The overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down. No one's talking about this great,
This is something that will settle down.
Transitory.
Transitory.
And the data shows that most of the price increases we've seen were expected and are expected to be temporary. There's nobody suggesting there's unchecked inflation on the way. It's highly unlikely that it's going to be long-term inflation that's going to get out of hand. I don't know anybody who's worried about inflation.
Over the last couple of months, we actually saw it trended downward.
President Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, enthusiastically retweeted an economist who had said in part most of the economic problems we're facing, inflation, supply chains, etc., are high-class problems.
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Well, the number one thing that the president can do is help get COVID under control. That we know is the root cause of inflation.
President Biden this afternoon saying he thinks we're at the peak of the crisis right now and that lower prices are on the way.
The inflation has everything to do with the supply chain. Make no mistake, inflation is largely the fault of Putin. I'm going to do everything I can to minimize Putin's price hike here at home.
If you want to get rid of inflation, the only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts.
I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. You know, gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything.
Now, as you guys see, family, this is all a smoke screen. The government is trying to lie to you. Obviously, the gas pump prices aren't lying to you. You see, we're transitioning to a great reset. A great reset where people who invested into digital assets, real digital assets, are going to become very wealthy. And the reason why I say that is everybody is scared to invest. They're scared to invest in the stock market. They're like, well, hey, let me just wait till the prices go back down and I'm going to buy into the stock market. Whereas I feel like the stock market is more safer than the digital asset market. And that's the wrong way. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just giving you guys some game. That's not the right way. You see, cryptocurrency is betting against the feds. We're going against the feds. You see, the government makes sure the stock market doesn't crashes. But if it does crash, they're pulling their money out a year before. A year before. They let everybody know a year before when they're pulling out. They don't let anybody know. They let the major institution investors know that they're pulling out their money out of the stock market and leaving retail investors guessing or saying, well, you know, let me just pull out if they have game or they understand the stock market. You see, when the digital asset market goes down, this is the time when we buy. We make more profits when we buy low. So if you see Chris Giancarlo on crypto regulation, the digital dollar, they discusses with Cynthia Loomis. Cynthia Loomis is one of the key players as well. One of the senators. You guys gotta, you see, I know most of you guys don't watch the news and you're like, it's all flabbergasted, but there's certain key players in the crypto sector that are holding the boat together, okay? And they're talking about the digital dollar. If you guys remember, I say around 2006 or 2007, when they were talking about the euro dollar, okay, where it was an asset and it failed, okay? It failed because it wasn't their time. Bitcoin came around. Now everybody's praising Bitcoin. Now, don't get me wrong. I mess with Bitcoin. And most people who say they don't like Bitcoin is because they cannot afford it. But you can't have that grudge against Bitcoin because, hey, there's other great digital assets that you can invest in and hold. like Yeti Coin, Dogelon, XRP, XLM, GOPX. Okay, they're coming out with this dollar. And the thing about it, what is so crazy is, yeah, it feels like we are in a bear market. We are in a bear market. But nobody is talking about crypto winter at the Davos, at all these meetings. No one is speaking about it. You want to become a multi-millionaire. You want to become a multi-billionaire. But these steps that you have to take, you have to hodl. You have to know what assets you hold. Now, as you guys see, Ripple concludes fresh partnership to expand into European luxury market. Now, most of you guys who invest, I know a lot of you guys are new retail investors into the digital asset space. But at the same time, you got to pay attention to what YouTubers you listen to. Okay, I understand you guys are going by your instincts and saying, well, I like to hear this, I like to hear that. I can bring up old articles of all these digital assets that is powerful still to this day. But a lot of you guys don't understand or may think it's new. It may be old to some of the other investors, but it's new to you guys. But I want you guys to understand this, man. The only way you can have generational wealth is gaining knowledge and wisdom and being patient. And being patient. You have to go through obstacles. You have to jump over hurdles. You have to bulldoze your way in. You have to. You can't let nothing stop you. You can't let your mind be cloudy. So, in order to provide German high-end retailers with the ability to receive payments in cryptocurrency, a crypto terminal operator and payment provider that specializes in working specifically with premium retailers, and Ripple, a well-known provider of business blockchain solutions, have formed a partnership. Okay, this platform was developed by Ripple team to simplify cryptocurrency adoption. It can be integrated on a turnkey basis and features intelligent order routing to receive digital assets at optimal prices, family. Okay, they are dealing with luxury retailers all around Europe. All around Europe. Ripple continues to grow its presence on many continents of the globe. After gaining momentum in the Middle East, it is also increasing its presence in Europe. The most successful year for the company was 2021, when Ripple managed to double the number of transactions on RippleNet. Currently, the average annual volume of payments on the network is $15 billion, family. You see, once you guys are understanding everything I have been saying in all my videos, I know you guys are like, well, hey, Crypto Brown, where you been at, man? I haven't seen you in a couple weeks or whatnot. Family, you see, when I come in and do these videos, I want to give you guys information, whereas you can marinate it. Do you understand what I'm saying? The videos that I drop, you are able to rewatch them. There may be some key factors that you have missed. You see, I'm going to start back buying again. I am going to start back buying again. And this is why I'm telling you this. I'm seeing that we're touching the bottom. We are touching a bottom on all of the blue chip utility digital assets. This is a time when I am going to start back buying. I am going to start adding more to my portfolio. A lot of you guys are saying, well, I've been buying here. Yeah, that's great. There's nothing wrong. You're not doing nothing wrong. This is what I am doing. So, crypto exchanges in Japan may soon list tokens with no screening. And Japan, they mess with XRP. So, as reported by Bloomberg, the Japan Virtual and Crypto Asset Exchange Association is now negotiating the annihilation of strict rules for local exchanges to list crypto coins. Now, The thing about it is this, they're trying to make the rules less stricter, but I believe that they are going to go through the digital assets that come to their exchanges that have to have utility, and it's real, and it's not a fluke. It's not no bullcrap coin. Okay, it happened after the administration of Prime Minister Fumio Kishida became discontented with the system of listing tokens that is being used at the moment. If the regulators' efforts work out well, exchanges will be able to list tokens without screening them. This opened good prospects for foreign exchanges such as Coinbase. After the Japanese Prime Minister expresses discontent, regulators may abolish strict rules for listing digital tokens. The listing of crypto on Japanese exchanges requires government approval, resulting in only 21 crypto on the largest exchange in Japan, family. So they're saying that this would be a massive step toward liberalizing the country's market of digital assets and would potentially give a boost to foreign crypto giants like Coinbase, okay, which has a lot more tokens listed than Japan-based exchanges. At the moment, Coinbase has over 100 coins to trade in the US. For comparison, one of the largest Japanese companies running exchanges, GMO Coin Inc., only works with 21 cryptocurrencies, family. Only 21 cryptocurrencies. So I want you guys to understand what's going on, family. I love you guys, but we need to be more focused of what you guys are really holding in your portfolios. Don't let anybody else tell you what they think that you should get. Always do your own research. Always do your own research. Again, today I'll go on probably on live or drop a video on more information. But I want you guys to listen to this. You guys take care and go to the end of the video, because I'm telling you right now, the videos I'll be dropping is gems. And if you rock with this crypto channel, man, just type down Crypto Brown 321. And I hope I see you guys at the conference.
You tell me that's going on with crypto, because for full disclosure, to me it's considerable, but I had to buy it at 6,000, and then the next lot I bought was around 9,000. And I had to wait from it. I think it had 20,000 at one time. Then it retraced down to like 1,000. And I had to watch to see if it was going to rebound. Basically, I traded it. And today it's coming down from I don't know what, but I'm going to get ready to start buying again, but it has to go a little bit lower. Only reason I buy Bitcoin is I don't trust my government. I don't trust the Federal Reserve Bank. I don't trust the Treasury. I don't trust basement Biden, and I don't trust the stock market. Now, if you trust all four of them, have a good life. So Bitcoin is a bet against the government. I'll say this one more time. If you study Marx, a central bank is essential communism. That's the Fed. It's the third central bank we've had. It came into existence in 1913. In 1913, the Fed was created. So was the tax department in 1913. Another thing about Bitcoin is my basis is $7,000. Always remember your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash. But crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want it. Because the reason I like crypto, the reason I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff, is I don't like the Fed. When I talk to most of the young guys, they don't like the Fed either. But the problem is, and this is why you've got to be smart, is that the Fed wants to take this out. The European Central Bank, the ECB, wants to take it out. The Bank of Japan wants to take it out. The Bank of China wants to take it out. So that's why you crypto guys, you've got to be smarter today. What possibly, it hasn't happened yet, is a Fed coin or a yuan coin, a Chinese coin, and there'll be a European coin. They want to destroy Bitcoin. So you guys in Bitcoin, you've got to be smarter. So as it's coming down, like I said, I'm still going to buy more, But when it passes 27,000, I'm going to back up the truck, just like I did when it passed 9,000. All that counts to me is how much have you got? And it's not what's the price, how many ounces of silver do you have, how many ounces of gold do you have, and how many Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever it is. That's all that counts to me. Another thing about Bitcoin is my basis is $7,000. Always remember your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. I use debt. Remember, 1913, the Federal Reserve Bank, the third Federal Reserve Bank was created of America. The tax department was created in 1913 also. I borrow out. You see, if I'm trying to think tax law, English common law, and Amsterdam was corporate law. So what happens is, let me give the same example. I buy Bitcoin or a property at $1 million, property on the side. It goes up to 10. I'll borrow it at 5. That fell at $5 million. I still have the property. I haven't sold it. I have no taxable event because I didn't sell it. So that $5 million is tax-free because it's debt. You see, debt is the key.
Going into 2031, I would expect the U.S. money supply to expand from 20 trillion-ish today to about 500 trillion in the next 10 years. I expect global M2 to expand roughly 12x from around 100 trillion to about 1,250 trillion, 1.25 quadrillion. And the difference there is that a lot of the weaker international currencies will have collapsed into the dollar. So the dollar will actually have grown in purchasing power overall. And I think by this time, so going into 2031, let's say, that Bitcoin will have continued its growth trajectory. It will have played out another one of these price cycles. Possibly its price cycle will have broken and it just gone into a long, slow grind upwards as people realize it's a game of accumulation. And I think Bitcoin by this time will have reached about 20% of global purchasing power. So this would imply Bitcoin's market cap in 2031 dollars to be about $250 trillion. So that's about 1/5 of global M2 stored in Bitcoin. Now, accounting for inflation, that means Bitcoin's market cap in today's dollars would be about 20 trillion. I think Bitcoin by the year 2031 will be north of $12.5 million per Bitcoin.
All that counts to me is how much have you got? And it's not what's the price, how many ounces of silver do you have, how many ounces of gold do you have, and how many Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever it is. That's all that counts to me. There's another economist named Schumpeter, and Schumpeter said capitalism is creative destruction. So the capitalists are always going after the fat, the lazy, the incompetent. And the fat, lazy, incompetent are the people in the Fed and the government right now. They're just fat, lazy, and dumb. And they're ripping off the people. The Bitcoin guys, they're all rebels. They're after the central banks. They're going to take them down. Why don't we teach about money at school? Well, there's a reason for that. If you don't know anything about money, you'll work for that fake dollar. Gresham's law is when fake money or bad money comes into the system, it pushes good money out. But when fake money or bad money comes in, guys like Adolf Hitler come to power. So that's why I write, because I'm being a former Marine and all this. That's what I'm concerned about. So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash. But crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want it. Because the reason I like crypto, the reason I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff is I don't like the Fed. When I talk to most of the young guys, they don't like the Fed either. But the problem is, and this is why you've got to be smarter, is that the Fed wants to take this out. The European Central Bank, the ECB, wants to take it out. The Bank of Japan wants to take it out. The Bank of China wants to take it out. So that's why you crypto guys, you've got to be smarter today. What possibly, it hasn't happened yet, is a Fed coin or a yuan coin, a Chinese coin, and there'll be a European coin. They want to destroy Bitcoin. So you guys in Bitcoin, you've got to be smarter. So as it's coming down, like I said, I'm still going to buy more. But when it passes 27,000, I'm going to back up the truck, just like I did